a bit overwhelmed actually because I didn't expect this. I really didn't expect this. It was bad enough doing Stoke in front of 450 people, but this is slightly more personal. My name, as you can see, is John Harris. I'm a carpenter. That's what I do for a living. I probably feel more comfortable where the pencil's behind me here at the moment. I've got my boots on, which my partner said that I shouldn't be wearing, but I wanted to wear my boots. Yeah, I can't talk to a mic, so I'll do my best, but I have to move around. I deal with the nerves that way. Right. About 2 years ago, I started a website called the People's United Collective originally. It's TPUC. I don't know why I started it. I sat at a computer one night looking for web names, as you do, domain names. And I was looking for something, and I don't know what it was. And this cropped up, and I chose the People's United Collective. And I got mixed up in the, I should say mixed up, I got caught up in the 9/11 stuff originally, and it was a film that opened my eyes up to what was actually going on in the world. When I watched Loose Change 2, I saw a camera shake, and it said to me that there was something not right, and that was literally it. And the rest of it went all over my head. And up to that time, I was a businessman, not a very successful one, very poor one actually, and I lived in a world of egotism. All I ever wanted was a Range Rover, and I got one. I paid cash for it as well. The taxman don't know that. But yeah, I lived in a world of egotism, and I lived in a world where I didn't know what was going on. I didn't understand things. I didn't want to know, to be quite honest with you. And that's a horrible thing to say because of the things that go on in the world, but I didn't want to know. I was quite happy in my little world. But what happened with the website was that people started to bring information to the website. They just rang me up and they were giving me all this information about statute law, common law, the Queen, a monstrous amount of stuff. And I started to look at this stuff. And one of the processes is that I use, and you're going to find it strange, but I don't think. I don't think about anything. I just allow things to come to me. And I'll explain that later, why I do that. There is a big reason why I do it. And this information started to flow over me, and I started to look at law. I started to look at common law and statute law and all the different bits and pieces, the way the police sort of acted and are acting. And it suddenly started to kind of, I don't know, there was something I could see that was not right about everything. And this is basically what we've ended up being, is the People's United community. And it is a worldwide community. At this moment in time, we've got a hit rating of about 100,000 hits a day. And we've got 98 countries looking at what we're doing. Because what's going on here is going on all across the world. And basically the system of law that was employed in this country in the 1200s is a system of law that's gone across the world to at least 53 different countries, well 52 actually. And the results of what's happening in America and what's happening in Australia and New Zealand, even the Czech Republic, places like this, are all results of because of one document that was placed in the common law of this country, which is Magna Carta. I don't know if you know what Magna Carta is, or we've heard the word Magna Carta. A lot of people think it's ice cream. They do. Seriously, they do. But Magna Carta was a document that was dropped into common law, and I was going to do the history of this country tonight, and I actually decided last night not to do it. And the reason I don't want to do the history of it, because it's not conclusive yet. I cannot actually say to you, yes, it's conclusive. And until such time that I can conclude it, I don't want to talk about it. Because it's too complicated for people to understand. And there's too much conspiracy wrapped up in it. When we talk about the Ministry of Funny Handshakes, and we talk about papal this and papal that, and Catholic this and Catholic that, and there's too much religion wrapped up in it as well. When Magna Carta was loaded with religion, absolutely loaded. So this document founded our society that we live in now. It actually founded it. It gave the world two-tier law. It basically gave the socially dominant of every country, it gave them a law system that they could revert to when they got in trouble. But what it did do is maintain that the people of these countries were going to be enslaved. That's what it maintained. And that, what we live in now is the evolution of slavery. And it's not about the colour of your skin. It's not about how you talk. It's not about where you come from. It's just the fact that you are the engine that drives this country. Every single individual in this room who works and does a job, you drive this country. Without you, this country stops. Or the industry you work in stops. If no carpenters turn up for work tomorrow, the housing industry stops. Because in each industry, there is someone who does something to create a job for someone else to do. And this is how this country is structured. So what I want to run you through today is a few bits and pieces that you might find interesting. A lot of people, do you believe that Parliament will set up with representatives to represent you and your wishes? Do you believe that?
No.
Okay. I'm glad you said that, Adrian. That makes my life a lot more easier. Right. So you don't believe in politics? No? Not at all. Great. Do you believe a political party can solve this issue? It's getting better. Do you believe the society we live in is broken?
Yes.
Well, what I'm going to tell you today is, it's not, believe me. It's working exactly how it was designed to, and this was designed in the 1200s. Now, the history side of it would actually explain this in greater detail, but believe me, this is exactly what was planned. Do you believe you get justice in the courts? Do you know what Acts of Parliament are? Do you know what statutes are? No? Okay. Do you know what statutory instruments are? Not heard of this? But you abide by them every single day. Every day. And do you know what a constitution is? Oh. The clue is in con. Most people believe they are electing members of Parliament to represent you. They do believe that, believe me. I talk to a lot of people who believe that political parties or the formulation of a new political party would solve this problem if it got into power in Parliament. One of the things that, I must tell you this as well, because this comes to me, someone sent me an email which is very interesting. I knew that the word Parliament comes from the word parler, French, for talk. What I didn't know that meant means lies. What? One of the things I didn't explain as well, when I recently did a talk in Stoke, and I kind of assumed a lot of things. I was presumptuous and I look back at the tape which Scott did, and this is BBC 5, by the way, not BBC, but BBC 5. Yeah, he deserves it, believe me. He's done a lot of hard work. When I was in, I forgot what I was saying. when I was in Stoke, I was very presumptuous, and it was basically because, I don't know, I kind of like forced my opinion on people. And I felt like I watched the DVD back and cringed quite a lot. And I saw myself as a preacher. And I don't want to do that. So what I'm going to show you tonight is my experiences. This is about me. And I'm not saying that egotistically or big-headedly or anything. I want to show you, because I've lived a lot of these experiences. And that's what I want to share with you. What I found out, after a lot of information coming to me, I found out that the directors, the Parliament, are basically directors of a corporation. That's all they are. And they're actually a for-profit corporation, which makes them making money. They're trading. I didn't believe this, so I had to go and find it for myself. And this is what I want you to do. I want you to take this information I'm going to give you tonight and actually go and look at it yourself. Because when you look at this, you will realise what the truth is. I can tell you this all night long, but it's meaningless unless you actually see this for yourself. This is Dun & Bradstreet. Now, a lot of people don't know what Dun & Bradstreet is, but Dun & Bradstreet basically is a credit reference agency that you can check out. If you were going to do business with a company, you can go on this here and you can pay a lot of money, as you can see, and you can find out if this company does good business. If they've got debts, do they pay on time? All that sort of stuff, all to do with businesses. Well, the members of Parliament are on here as a company. David Cameron, MP, is a company. Gordon Brown is a company. And this is the best one. Alistair Darling is a trading name of the Labour Party. Now, there's something very key to this because Alistair Darling is a diplomat. And a diplomat has diplomatic status. That means they can circumvent certain laws to do things. This is why trading. You like this picture? This is very fitting at the moment, and this comes from an article from my dear friend over there.